Hi guys, welcome back to our series of custom authentication in Laravel. So as you have seen in last video, we installed the fresh Laravel and ran the migration, added an extra field for phone number. In this video, we're gonna work on the registration part where we're gonna add a form plus add the logic, and eventually we're going to add the data to the database, right? So let's get started. You see nothing, just a fresh Laravel so far, added one extra row in the migration. Now let's get started with the controller. Whenever we want to create a logic or maybe a module, we wanted to create a controller for that. So for this authentication, I see a module. So my recommendation could be, let's create a controller for Auth controller. We're going to add login and register both there, right? So PHP artisan, let me increase the size of the screen so you see it properly. PHP artisan make controller. This is how you're going to type, and the name of the controller going to be Auth controller, enter, job done. Now what it does, it goes ahead in app HTTP controller, it created a controller, auth controller. You see that? So here we're going to write our logic. So before I jump to the logic, let's create one more file here in the resources views. I'm going to create one more folder, auth, right? And inside auth, I'm going to create a file register.blade.php, right? Now, for all these things, I'm going to make separate files. So I'm going to use Bootstrap CDN. You can use that. I'm going to go to the docs and copy this CDN and paste it right here. In the title, we can write register or registration, whatever you want. So we have a blank page so far, and now we're going to create the controller. We already have the controller. We just need to create the method. So the very first method in our logic going to be public function. This is how you're going to type. Let's say blades register. What name do I give? What do you think? Register page, register view. You can give any name, whatever you want. Now, this is a method, and we're going to return a view inside that, and view is a method, and in the view, we're going to pass the path. So it's going to be under view folder. It's auth, the dot, then the name of the file is register, right? So auth is a folder, register is the name of the file, register.blade.php. You just need to write, just register is enough here. Now, the last part, how MVC framework works, model, view, controller. Now we can have to work on the route part. So go to the route file, and whenever you wanted to create a new route, you're going to have to type route like this, password, and get request, post or get whatever you want. And I'm going to choose the URL going to be register, and we're going to use a class. So the class going to be auth controller, right? And the method name going to be, let me increase the size of the screen a little bit more. Hope it is visible to you. And the name of the method going to be register view, right? And we're going to name this method too. Name is an optional field, but I would like to give a name. So register dot page, whatever you want, you can give it, your call. Now, if you are using this controller, we wanted to, import the name of the class, otherwise this won't work. So use app, then HTTP, then controllers, then name of the controller, auth controller. Technically, this is the path of this file. So if we import the file, then we can use it. This is how it works in Laravel, right? So if you want to use any class, you have to import the path first. Otherwise, individually you have to give each path. So we did create a route. Now this register URL is registered. We created a method in controller register view and mentioned the path. And we created a file register, which has nothing so far. Now let's go ahead and check out if it works. Let me make sure the server is running. PHP artisan serve. Perfect. Now I'm going to type register, register. And you see that? No error. We got the blank page. So let's see if it's working. I'm going to say H2 and I, and it works. Perfect. So let's get started with the Bootstrap, if you know how Bootstrap works. So I'm going to go ahead and take a section. Class going to be BG. Let's say BG Lite. Then under this section, I'm going to take a container class. And under container, I'm going to take a row vertical height VH 100. This is Bootstrap, guys, but still you can learn Bootstrap along with the PHP. Then I'm going to say justify content center. This is uh, horizontal, right? Now align items center. This is vertical center, top to bottom, and justify left to right center, right? Then I'm going to say col MD4. This is 4 column size. Then I'm going to say card, and I'll take a padding of 3, right? Then and inside the card, I'm going to say H2 register. And I'm going to give a class margin bottom 0. In Bootstrap, by default, in padding and all headlines, we get a margin bottom. And in P tag, I'm going to say register your account to get started, whatever you want, right? Let's see how it looks like. I'm going to refresh the page. Perfect. It seems to be talking our language. Now we're going to start with the form part. Okay, dokie. So let's take a form. I'm going to say dot .mb3. It'll take a div, which will have a class of margin bottom 3, enter. Then I'm going to say label for label, and let's say name, right? This is for name. Then I'm going to take an input, then add column, and it'll show input. We're going to say text. So it's going to get me this kind of input box, right? The name going to be name, and the class going to be form control. Keep in mind, guys, each time you wanted to create a form, you may want to set up the class name form control. Let's refresh and check how it looks like. Perfect. Let's give a placeholder for a beautiful form. So full name, right? Now placeholder gonna come inside like this. Perfect. It looks great. Now we have to replicate this thing. Uh, dot MB3. Then I'm gonna say label. Label gonna be email. Then we're gonna say input, and input type gonna be email. Email. Then you see name gonna be email. Keep in mind, we're gonna give the name. This is how we're gonna validate the data from the backend. And the class gonna be again same class, form control. Another one is done. Let's refresh and see. Perfect. Let's get the placeholder. Let me speed up a little bit. Placeholder, email ID. The next one gonna be phone number, dot, margin bottom 3. Then we're gonna have label, phone number, right? And here we will have an input tag, and this is gonna be tell, and the name gonna be phone, right? And the class gonna be form dash control, and finally the placeholder gonna be mobile number, whatever you want to type. Let's check it. Perfect, coming fine. Now two more fields, password and password confirmation. Now Margin bottom 3, label gonna be password, and the text gonna be input tag gonna be password. Type password name, password, and the class again, same form control. Hope you are learning Bootstrap as well, right? If you see some situation, comment below, guys. I'll try to rescue you. And the placeholder gonna be, let's write simply password. Let's do it one more time. Margin bottom dot margin bottom 3. Label gonna be confirm password. Then input gonna be type password. Name gonna be password confirmation. Keep in mind, this is exactly you're gonna use it. This is how the Laravel works. I'm gonna tell you later on the recipe why we are doing this. Password confirmation, exactly like this. Then we will have the class again, form dash control, and finally the placeholder confirm password. Okay, now it's good. Let's check the form first now. Guys, the form is almost ready. We just need to put the buttons. And this is completely mobile phone responsive. If you see that, I'm going to show you the mobile version. See that? Completely responsive. Let's add a button and a login link as well. So again, dot margin bottom 3. Now we're going to add a button. The button type going to be submit. In the class going to be btn primary. And in the button, we're going to write register, right? Let's refresh. We got the button. And what I want, opposite to the button, uh, login page link would be the right choice, right? Then I'm going to do one thing. I'll take a p tag or maybe span. Under span, I'm going to take an a tag. Link gonna be, could be anything. I'm gonna say login hard coded. We might change later on. And let's say already registered. Then I'm gonna say login. And let's check. See that? Now I want one extra class, text decoration none. Perfect. Now I'm gonna switch the side. I'm gonna say, I can say here float, and let's see if it works. Maybe I'm going to give this on the span tag, float, and I'm seeing one situation. You see that it's not on the center. So rather than this, I might use on the parent deflex class. We're going to flex that same. Then I'm going to say, and for flex, I might want to use p tag here, p tag. Let me see. Yes, justify content between. So we can have a space in between. I'm hoping it should work. And it did work. We just want on the center. So I'm going to say align items center. Perfecto. Guys, you see that? This form has been created completely. Now, this is a complete working form. See that? And it should work perfectly fine. Now, in the next video, we're going to see how we're going to go ahead and add our logic. Guys, subscribe and like the channel. I'm literally taking a whole lot of time to make these videos for you. I really want some motivation. So do not forget to watch next video. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye for now.